things start to pop off, you're so invested. You're you know who these people are so well that you can't help but get caught up. And then by the time it starts getting scary and creepy, you're like, you're really into it.
Super nice to meet you guys.
You too.
Okay, well, first, let me just say that I am obsessed with this show so far. Oh my goodness. You guys are doing a great job. I would love to know, Kita, if you would like to start, and then K. Todd, what stands out to each of you about the show? You know, what do you think is going to make it different from other things out there?
Well, I think one of the things that I keep telling people is that it's not just horror. It's also got drama, it's got comedy, but all of those things, all three of those things are well done. They're excelled. The actors who do them excel in them. The writers also excel in creating them. And that way, everybody who watches it can find something for themselves. I'm personally very squeamish, and I'm personally very like, the killer's going to get me if I see anything scary. So if I can watch it, then anybody can watch it.
Yeah, I think it is unique in how it mashes genres, and that how it, I don't know who was focus groups or whatever. People were worried that, there's no murder in I don't know if it's a spoiler alert, in the first episode or whatever. It's like, it takes its own unique way of telling a horror story. And because you get to know the characters, you really get they really take time developing the people inside the story. And I think that's one of its plus points. Its most positive thing that you get in. And by the time things start to pop off, you're so invested. You're you know who these people are so well that you can't help but get caught up. And then by the time it starts getting scary and creepy, you're like, you're really into it. So I think it takes its own time in developing story, more like a film, actually, than it's not a slasher. But I love that.
Yeah, well, another fun thing about this is that it's based on a podcast. Were either of you guys fans of the podcast? Did you know about it beforehand?
I was in the podcast.
Really? Oh, that's awesome.
I've been in the project for 5 years, and I've seen it grow and change so much. So even people who've listened to the podcast and who are fans of the podcast, they'll be in for a lot of surprises. At least to me, there was a huge overhaul. I mean, there's still some elements, but a lot of things have changed. So if you've seen the podcast, don't expect to know what's going to happen. You know a few things, but not everything.
Is there anything that you can each tease kind of about how your characters are either going to play into Dolores's life or just kind of play into this story as a whole? I
don't end up being who people think I am at the beginning. And it's not necessarily, I'm not saying I'm the killer or anything like it. Doesn't, but it's just a lovely diversion from what you might expect. Was that cryptic enough?
And I think the relationship with Dolores and I, a surrogate daughter to her, she's a surrogate mother to me.
Awesome.
I won't tell Justina that.
Awesome. Well, let's say you guys each have 3 words to describe your character. What would they be?
Earnest.
Protector.
Ride or die.
Loyal.
Funny.
Goofy.
All right. That is a great mix. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys. It is time for me to wrap. But again, oh my goodness, enjoying this show so much. Can't wait to see what else you guys are doing.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thank you guys.